Hello, and today we're going to be focusing on a replay analysis that really centers around the idea of supporting our teammates and trying to find a way to claw ourselves back from deranking initially from, say, either our season resets with the ranks or, just not playing as much, kind of get into a slump, and now we're in a lower rank than what we're used to. A lot of the things that come with ranking up is that we have better teammates who can do things more consistently, so we trust them more and can break some pretty hard taught habits that slow us down a little bit when we're in lower ranks or held us back. So in this video for Jamie, who is champ 2 right now but originally was a GC1, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how can we support our teammates in a way that's maybe necessarily a little slower, a little, more of a supportive role versus maybe more of an offensive, fast-paced role that we're used to. So, start off with a really good kickoff, very solid, good cheat. A little bit of a missed touch, I think, off that sidewall, but I mean that's going to happen. Just played a little too fast. But we have a good recovery. We're back supporting our teammates. I think this is our first example of where we need to be careful, right? Sarda has a nice flick, but they kind of lose it, and this Baba guy looks like he's read it really well and is about to dunk our teammate, and we're kind of moving forward a bit too much. You might be able to get there in time because this is a slow play, but we just gotta be careful, right? This is the first, time where we're just like, oh, this is going to be good, this is going to be bad, not sure. So, an excellent air dribble setup here. Dunks him, gets it past 2, and then our teammate whiffs. Rip. That sucks. You did a great job, but it didn't quite work out. I could tell right away you love air dribbling, which is great. But sometimes maybe air dribbling isn't the best play either. I would say in this instance, we get a pretty decent pass back from Sarda. We need to find a way to maybe dribble this ball normally. Just take a hard, nice soft touch and play it past the guy who's coming at us like this. And then just have a single power shot, But we kind of tip it hard on off to the side, and then we have to go for another air dribble, Air dribbles are great. There's an awesome skill to have, but we don't want to rely solely on them because they do take time to set up. They can only be set up in certain scenarios, and for the most part, as we get into champ, people can save them very effectively. So it does take a lot of time, and sometimes just having the speed with a dribble can be more effective. So here we go. We're trying to help out. Steals the boost, which is fine. Then we steal that boost. We just gotta be conscious of our teammate, right? Sarda has 0 boost because we took all the boost on the left side of the field. So obviously we don't want the blue side to take it, but we just want to be careful. Have a good touch, and I mean Sarda has no boost. Trying to find a way to get boost, stay in the play. A little bit of a missed touch, didn't put more to the side like we were hoping. It results in a goal. I mean, you could tell from the flicking, I feel like he knows it's his fault. So it is what it is. Sometimes you just don't play things correctly and the ball doesn't go the way you wanted it to. There's not much you can do about that. I will say this should probably be a goal, right? You did a great job. You're so patient. You let this ball come off the sidewall. You realize no blue team member is actually going to be able to go for this. And then you just didn't have the correct, you didn't power shot it the way that I was expecting you to. So Sarda goes off the sidewall, and I think we're trusting Sarda a little too much here. We should probably hang out here in net for just a second more. Just hang out here just a second more and wait and see what this air dribble off the back wall do. I know why you're creeping, because you're waiting to see them pop it out and lose control, and then we need to go. But once we see them go, we should probably stop, and if not, maybe even reverse back into the net and just be careful, right? Let them try to do this air dribble excuse me. Oof. Damn. But let them go for that air dribble as much as they can and give them a little bit more of a cushion. Good play. Surprising touch from Sarda. So, obviously made you go a little slower to this ball than you'd like. But yeah, we were not expecting them to redirect this ball like this. We play this off the sidewall, and then they blast it off that way. That's pretty crazy. I think the only thing I could maybe critique in this play is maybe trying to boost towards the ground to get to the ground faster. Because maybe if you were on the ground before they touched this ball, you might have had more of a reaction time to jump up and score this. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it is a tough play. We're not expecting our teammate to do that. I like this cutoff, trying to keep away the momentum, right? Blue side passes it up into the middle. So, I mean, Sarda has to give them a lot of space. And you do a good job kind of cutting in there and playing it off to the side, giving Sarda even more room to have time to go for this. So now they're going for another flip reset, right? So let's stay in this great position here. This is the perfect position just to wait, see what happens. Ready to go either way, left or right, depending on how this play ends up. So we're ready. Blue side does a great job keeping this ball, and then just touched this ball and it popped up a little too high. Right? This has been a great ball if we could have just gotten a tap here and somehow kept it low and pushed it past this blue defender that's right behind it, and then scoop around and score it. But I mean, the ball came in fast. It is what it is. Popped up high. You did a good job recovering, getting the air dribble, and then getting the second touch and keeping the ball in the corner. So here we go. Coming back. Great challenge. Blue side doesn't have any time to actually set anything up. And great defense. Just back off. You know Sarda's getting toasted here. Going for this. So you have great vision of what's going on. Back off. See what happens. So that play patiently. And then like another missed touch off to the shadow position. This is one we're gonna probably want to push to the sidewall because we have both blue defenders over here off screen. This has been a great ball to push to the sidewall and either go for an air dribble or again try to scoop around and get a bounce dribble going towards their net. But it looked like you almost tried to put it like back where it came from, and that's kind of when we get into like the ball popping up like this awkwardly, still going over our car. It's awkward. It is what it is. Yeah, a good job just trying to stick around, being big, trying to make them play it around you. Sarda has a good wall defense. They're gonna go for this. Wait and see what happens. Well-timed challenge here. Give Sarda a lot of room, and then we catch both blue defenders in the corner. Demo one. Now it's a 1v1, and Sarda gets the flip reset finally to go their way. So we can obviously trust this teammate with a lot of stuff. They're pretty decent. They're doing these flip resets, things like that. We can trust them, but we gotta be careful because we have to remember what rank we're in. We're in Champ 2. There's gonna be misplays that are gonna happen, so we gotta find a way to support them as best we can. I like that you tried to keep possession here, but obviously I think it just took too long. You waited way too long to let this ball bounce around or whatever, and then your opponent just challenged you anyways, and then almost scored. So just be careful. It's good to take possession, but you can't take too much time, especially with these guys who are kind of challenging just haphazardly. Another example of we want to be supportive of our teammate, but we can't. This play is going way too slow to be so close to it. Like, they're gonna get challenged and dunked. It's gonna most likely result in a 50, and if it doesn't, it is what it is. I would be assuming a 50 or a hard beat. Sarda somehow magically pops this ball up, but it doesn't matter. We still get beat off the 50 for an open net, right? So like, if we were just a little deeper, we probably would have never went for this. And it's just a bad ball to go for because it is moving so slow. And I feel like it's moving right towards this guy who has a really good read on it. Like, it's one of those tricky things where like this looks on paper like a great pass, but then you know, obviously it just doesn't end up that way. Blue side got a really nice 50 and got the open net. That's why I don't trust, like, I don't trust them for the most part. Like, I just want to, you gotta trust them in certain things, but when it comes to, like, you know, doing flip resets or whatever and getting those weird touches, I'm just gonna play back and wait for, like, a more certain opportunity. Good 50, great kickoff challenge there. Cheated really well. Got that ball passed completely. Very nice. And I just think a little too much, right? As soon as we see this touch kind of go backwards, like, you have no angle to get to this. You just need to get this boost and, like, start rotating back around. Let your teammate go. This also, you know, facilitates, like, intention. Like, if you just get out of here now with this ball flying like this guy is not going to be able to get to it in time. He has to get off the wall still before he can even jump up to go for this. And we don't know where the other blue defender is. So I think just rotating out would have worked a little better. It would have made Sarda be able to go for this more confidently. They do a good job rotating back though. Another awkward ball, and then just this aerial again. I don't like this aerial. It's in the corner. I know you're the one who's there, but, like, realistically, I just don't see how you get to this ball before anybody else. It's hard to see this because, you know, if we go all the way back to here, you know, as we turn to get this ball, we boomer it, and now we see nobody. Right? We get bumped and we see nobody. But right before we got bumped, this blue defender's actually coming this way off screen. So by the time this ball bounces up, they're already going up the wall. So it's very deceptive, you know. It's not an easy one to see. The more we looked at that, you know, it's more like, it's kind of a rip. What are you going to do? And then Sarda doesn't do a very good job of protecting the net here. Needs to get at least a touch here in the corner. So that's rough. You did a good job of cutting it off, almost saving this. Good thing they played it off. And then Sarda gets a nice air dribble across the map. Really good counterattack. So it's just a lot of back and forth. I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to give solid advice. But it's like, a lot of these are just, oh, you know, it's kind of unlucky that you didn't get to see the blue defenders coming out of nowhere, and or, you know, oh, you know, this your teammate hits this nice flip reset or air dribble, but then in your corner whiffs and lets the ball go right towards your net, and then you have to make a desperation save. Like, there's a lot of, you know, back and forths. Normally I'm very big proponent of, you know, we need to trust our teammates. They need to be able to do things, but we also want to coddle them a little bit. I don't know. I don't think I like this challenge. I feel like this air dribble they've already set up is just so, it's already so poor. I feel like, I don't feel like, well, they're not going to air dribble this into your net, right? I feel like just rotating back and maybe letting Sarda come after it is more clear where this ball is going to go is better. Like, you do block them, but then, like, you have to waste all your boosts. Now you're trying to rotate around, and it's kind of a 2v1 against Sarda at this point, because you're still not you're not really in the play. So, and that's what it ends up being. I'm trying to think if you maybe start, you know, firstly, we should probably be supersonic trying to get back. And, you know, we need to start getting into this angle here better and try to protect this back part of the net and hope Sarda can block the front part. I guess you are going supersonic. Never mind. I didn't see you going supersonic. But either way, I mean, that's tough. You really didn't have an angle to save that either. It was just such a quick counterattack. But I'm just curious if we didn't go for that, you know, initial challenge so early and don't trust our teammate who's a little weaker than us, right? We know Sarda's a little weaker. We can't let them be stuck back in a 2v1 and expect them to actually save this. Like, let's actually watch from their perspective. You know, they're trying to be supportive, and then blue side has a really good, I mean, this is a really good dribble. They don't really think. I don't think Sarda even had a chance to try and save that. So that's how maybe we can help our teammate. Not going for challenges. That's going to keep us out of the play for forever. Good try. I got a demo in there. And then I just didn't cut that off very well. We're able to get the ball away. Blue side's still going to have control. Finally able to get it away. Good demo. Try to steal that boost. I like it. Get out of the way. Sarda almost was able to get the dribble going. Now we just, you know, it's a bad situation. No boost. We haven't had time to find boost either. Blue side's pressure is really mounting. Another nice air dribble from Sarda. He plays it to the middle, and yeah, just not enough coordination there together to score that one, and it looks like that's how the game was going to end. So in general, you know, it's tough. A lot of the stuff that, you know, I talk about where we're trying to support our teammate, try to be in a good spot to make sure that they're not left in 2v1s, make sure we, you know, we're covering them when they go for kind of things that are, you know, not 100%ers, or, you know, Sarda went for a lot of flip resets kind of in defense, and that can be tricky, especially, you know, at Champ 2. Sometimes those don't work out. It's tough. You're a really fast player. And Sarda actually was a really good player at 2, you know. You both aren't bad players, but it felt more like you both were trying to do your own thing than trying to be partners and play together. You know what I mean? A lot of solo plays, a lot of air dribbles, a lot of flip resets where it's like, what would happen if I just blast this off the back wall and either go for a demo or rotate around? Or what if I were just to dribble, get past 1 or 2 guys, and make it more accessible for my teammate to go for? Because I feel like a lot of those air dribbles, a lot of those flip resets are, how can I get there and score myself, versus how can I beat 2 guys and make this an easy goal for my teammate, you know? So I think as we derank, that's something we need to think about, you know? I can go for all these cool mechanics and try to score, but, you know, sometimes that leaves my opponent in the dust or my teammate in the dust because they don't know how to actually actively support that. That's just my observations. Ultimately, I don't feel like I did a good job on this one, but it's tough. A lot of the plays were just, you know, unfortunate for the most part. So really good replay. I think these are the replays that are the ones to look at, because a lot of the time it's like, what was I supposed to do? And the answer is, I don't know. So hopefully that helps. I don't know. I think I'm rambling and it is not helping. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you want your replay analyzed, head down to the description, go to my Discord, and drop a replay in the coaching section. And if your name in Discord does not match your name in the replay, you need to let me know who I'm supposed to be looking at in the replay. Besides that, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.